once again, people, and welcome to yet another episode of Seeking Shamblers. First of all, before anything else, I probably should announce that this time around I'm doing things a little bit differently. I'm recording while there's like noises or whatnot that could be happening in the household, because this particular level is a bit different than most of the other levels we've checked out. To basically tell you what level this is level, also known as Hello! Basically, what is this level? Well, it's when Garfield, starred by Bill Murray, follows John, starred by Brooklyn Mayer, to England to receive the royal treatment after he's mistaken for the heir to the Grand Castle. However, the feline will need all 9 lives to foil the plans of evil Lord Dargus, who stars by Bill Connolly, who wants to turn the castle into a resort. Wait, no, that's the story to Garfield and the Tale of Two Kitties. My mistake. Level is basically a massive freaking thing. It's a big, giant thing. It's actually one of the biggest levels for Quake that we have actually checked out outside of QDepot. QDepot is slightly bigger, but the thing about QDepot is that it's big, but it also has no single player content, so you basically just wander around aimlessly. This level, on the other hand, is a massive freaking single player level. There is no multiplayer as far as I'm aware, actually. Yeah, there's no multiplayer spawn locations whatsoever. So, yeah, basically, this is possibly one of the largest single player levels, at least at this point. I'm not sure if they get even bigger as time goes on. But yeah, this makes for a very daunting experience. But that would be the worst part of it. The other part of this whole thing is that it's also the hardest level that we played. While we played a lot of various Quake levels, a lot of them are relatively easy. They're pretty generous with the resources. And even levels that have a bit of challenge usually only have in one pocketed area. And it's relatively not too bad to complete. It might be a bit more of a struggle, but you can usually complete it with relative ease. Not this level. This level is freaking brutal. Yeah, it's basically one challenge after another and a gargantuan nightmare of a level. Yeah, basically, for all intents and purposes, this is one of the most brutal things you could basically be playing for Quake. As far as I'm aware, anywhere. I'm not sure if it gets even harder as time goes on, as said. I've only played what I've kind of played. But as far as I'm aware, this is the most brutal challenge of them all. This is the one that basically separates, the veterans from the beginners. It's a freaking brutal nightmare. And we're playing it in DOS spots, which of course also means that for some reason the mobility for me is a lot harder than it would be in, say, like Jailquake. For some reason I'm able to turn a lot better in Jailquake. I notice when I'm in like DOS spots, I can't really like turn. It's like almost like there's a weird inertia to it. You'll either be fully stopped or you'll be fully going, but you don't really have that nice middle ground. It's kind of weird. And needless to say, it doesn't behave as fluidly as I would be able to do in something as challenging as, say, Stripper or something like that. Which in turn means for this particular level, we have even more of a brutal challenge. Now, this level is a level that we have seen during the days of Aftershock, so we do have some familiarity with it outside of really the textures, but this is the return journey, I guess you could say, for it, and therefore we have to kind of tackle it. Now, as said at the very beginning, this one is being a bit different than normal. I do have the ability to have like noises and all that in this one. Normally I try and have it like a nice quiet thing and all that because it's usually just a couple minutes. Usually it's just a little display of a particular level and I just kind of want that little immersive period of time whereby we're not having a bunch of craziness. But this level's a bit different because this one might actually take hours to tackle. I believe I'm going to be kind of a lot of content as we kind of go along. I'm not sure how many times and how many things we're going to have to do, and I don't really think it'd be best to like wait until like periods of time where I could kind of record this in a nice quiet setting, and then basically waste all that time trying to do something which I might not succeed in even doing. So needless to say, it's something whereby I'm trying to just persevere through it, punch through it the best I can, and basically do it with whatever God's name we kind of face. As said, I expect to cut out a lot of content. I've actually already done one of these before, and it went over 2 hours, and I didn't really get anywhere. So, needless to say, I'm back, I'm redoing it again. That part's not really going to be bothered because it was a lengthy period of nothingness, and at this point, it'd basically be repeating a lot of the same stuff because we kind of really didn't get anywhere in like 2 hours. But at least that gave me a lot of practice, and I have practiced a little bit more in the starting room in the hopes of getting somewhere. I'm not sure if I can really pull this off, but I'm definitely going to try. And that's what this is all about, is trying to beat one of those brutal freaking levels of them all. So, this one here, you have an ogre already spamming grenades at you with death. We want to basically charge and kill the 4 Shamblers. And all 4 sides are a Shambler. You can't use the ammo to kill them, because you only have so much ammo and it's very, very limited. You need to get the ogre here to get hit by a Shambler and cause some infighting. Easier said than done, because trying to get the ogre to hit them is going to require basically charging like a maniac down these platforms, not falling in the lava on these very thin platforms, by the way, making it to the end, lowering the Shambler back, cause him to hit it. The ogre only has like, he can only be hit by the Shambler's lightning like 3 times. So that means you need to have it exactly right each time. He then will need to get into infighting. It basically is a matter of, will he like grenade him or chainsaw him? If you chainsaw him, you want to get close and like strike as fast as possible. And you don't want to be right next to the ogre, otherwise the ogre might teleport. Because there's also a weird glitch in Geoquake whereby enemies, like DOSQuake, whereby enemies teleport a lot. Now, the other part of the equation is he might be a bit further away in which he starts spamming grenades. To prevent the ogre's death, we need to shoot him a bit, but it will take less shots than it would be to normally kill the Shambler. So, therefore, it makes it possible to kill all 4 Shamblers. And so, we basically need either of those strategies to kill all 4 of these Shamblers. And we have 2 ogres to deal with, so we do have basically like a halfway point to this whole thing. But it's a freaking nightmare to try and pull off. And this is basically where we're going to spend the majority of my time trying to beat this freaking level. Anyway. Well, I didn't even like jump onto that platform for some reason. Okay, let's see it. You run down here. Okay, now I'm not even jumping to that platform for some reason. Charge. Charge the end. Now we look down here. We're looking, we're moving. Now we got the Shambler. Now we follow back. We have to be careful at this part because the ogre might hurt me a bit, but that's okay. Shambler's going to shoot at some point. He's going to charge closer and he's going to get into melee range. Ah, and I fell into the lava. Because it's so hard to try and get around because you don't want to be right next to the ogre as said, otherwise you'll have him teleport and the whole thing will be a disaster. Let's see here, let's get this Shambler lined up again. Follow me to victory, Mr. Shambler. Okay. And, of course, we fell into the lava. Let's try this again. Like I said, this definitely is the definition Nintendo hard for Quake. If you had to say, what's the challenging level to play? Yeah, this is pretty much where, like, top-notch is. I said, it's the hardest level. Needless to say, it's freaking brutal. I'm pretty sure it's either this or E2M6 for the vanilla game, if you're considering shotgun starts. I said E2M6 doesn't have shotgun starts, so it really doesn't do that. And it's a bit different E2M6 in the skills necessary to beat that one. You don't have a bunch of lava to fall into after all, and a lot of platforming, so it's kind of different than E2M6 would be. But that one has its own brutalities. See, this is why Nightmare mode can be freaking brutal, especially on this particular mission. Because the ogre is just going to be spamming away at you. See, on a lower difficulty, and what people usually argue is on hard difficulty, the ogres will move around, make it a bit more lethal, because if he's like on a lower floor or something, he'll be able to not like hit you, because he'll just keep spamming grenades. But in this particular case, it's all flat plains. And this level therefore becomes freaking nightmare because now you gotta try and dodge these ogres and Shamblers all while they're attacking you twice as fast as they normally should. Yeah. Needless to say, it's all one crazy mess. Not one part of this is even remotely fair. To me. Of course not. But that's exactly the fun of it. This is a level for the masochist. It would be to say this. God, I forget my terminology. It's not a good time for grammar lessons. I'm trying to think of Quake. Okay. Hit, turn around, shoot. And there we are. Now we have lined it up. We can shoot him down. We just want to time it exactly between each grenade shot. Okay, now we want to dash down quickly. You get the second Shambler. So far, so good. Let's see, dodge back. Nearly got hit by that one because I suddenly had halt. And there we are. Now we can just stun him right here. And we're close enough whereby we can dash to the ogre, hopefully. In fact, I can stand right here. And now we can get in melee range. Now we won't get hit by grenades. So you see, there we are. One side done. Okay, now we just need to pull off the same on the other side. Well, that's always the hard part, isn't it? Trying to do the same thing consistently. But we did on one side. And we actually did in a short period of time, so that's good. We accomplished something. Okay, we want to charge down here, get this Shambler going. Follow me to victory, Mr. Shambler. We get to this edge platform. Line up here. And I fell into lava because the ogre kind of moved a little bit more forward than I would have liked him to be. Yeah, usually it's best if the ogre's before the platform so that we can strafe run them. But that time he got a little too forward for my liking. Shambler. Okay, line them up. Just gonna do melee range. But we want to be careful because if he's too slow, he's gonna hit at me. Oh god, he's teleported. He's teleported. See, this is the problem. Save me, Mr. Ogre. Mr. Ogre didn't really save me, but at least that worked. I killed the Shambler still, surprisingly. And that actually gave me more shells than normal, so I should be able to kill the other Shambler with just no intervention. Now that Mr. Ogre's dead and all. But at least I can serve something, right? Now I just need to do the other side after this. And do it, of course, without losing any ammo or whatnot. Now these are relatively easy. You just want to keep moving back while shooting the Shambler. And not duck forward like I kind of did there. Otherwise you end up getting hit. I try and duck and weave and it really doesn't work well for me. Now this is the hard part because we only have 9 freaking health and I just jumped in lava. That can be part of the hard part too, is jumping on these platforms and dodging the enemies on them without falling in the lava in the meantime. I feel like a sports runner. I'm trying to rush to get the goal or something. Football! Okay, let's see here. We got the goal, I guess, right? Totally. We just stand here, keep shooting, believe in myself. Now we dash down before the ogre hits me. We lower the second Shambler. Okay, so far so good. That explosion hit me, but luckily I swerved in such a way that it got me back on the platform. No fall in the lava for this one at least. Even for a minute I was worried the ogre was going to die. So yeah, it was hard to get a lined up shot. Freaking suicidal ogre was slightly too far away. So you see, it's all about doing things exactly right. And that can be rather hard to do things exactly right. I'm not a robot. And the hardest part is trying to do it exactly right in a version of Quake that's not exactly the easiest to control. You know, it's like, maybe this mobility would be fine in GL Quake, but here it's a freaking nightmare. Oh, I can't wait for the days of GL Quake just so I have better mobility. Because as you see, this is a freaking nightmare to try and control. But it adds to the challenge, doesn't it? That's the whole experience of trying to not die. Let's see, let's stand here so that way we're ready. Quick rush down. I knew around 28 shots is when the Shambler dies. So that's why I was kind of prepared. Of course, though, that didn't really work out. Oh. Owie. Might as well reload when I lose half my life on the first little area. Didn't even get into the platforms. Okay, let's see here. Charge this way. Jump. Didn't really work out for me, but at least... This is the easiest one actually to do. The guy part's gonna be... Yeah, that. The fact that the grenades can hit me. Careful, careful. Back up. Didn't really back up in time. Yeah, see, that's the hard part, is once he's done, the ogre immediately turns on you. You don't even have a sight breather. He just, like, turns right away. So you have to time everything exact. You know, be ready when that chamber's dead, that he's going to turn right back on you. Okay, let's try this again. Move down the platform, lower the Shambler, follow the other side. Straight left to right, the Shambler's going to try and hit. And this is actually pretty good. He's going to chainsaw me. Oh god. Now we just keep whacking him. Now we whack the ogre to death. There we are. Why did I whack the ogre to death? Because now I have extra shells. I should be able to decimate the other Shambler without his intervention. Which in turn makes it a lot easier on me. Because as you see, the biggest issue is trying to not die from the whole craziness of having a ogre and Shambler infight. So, needless to say, a bit less conservation ammo, but at the same time better for sustaining myself. Which is pretty important in this level, as you see. So, we'll shoot this Shambler. I think these two Shamblers are like the most important Shamblers to kill. You could totally ignore all the Shamblers, but, you know, we're trying to get 100% completion here, and therefore that's kind of part of the problem, isn't it? Yeah, the whole trying to get 100% completion really works against us in this level, but that's aside the point. Anyway, we need to pull off the same thing on the other side, or something remotely similar. Because we just got about the same number of shells as we had at the beginning. There we are. Now we just shoot him. Get down to my 28 or so. And there we are. Okay, so we need to get the other Shambler hopefully lowered. We need some sort of infighting. Howie! Careful! Ah, I couldn't, because he was chainsawing me, I couldn't move towards him. But the Shambler was timed exactly there at that exact point, so needless to say, that was a bad luck draw. There were so many areas I could go besides... Oh god! That explosion bounced me right over the middle area of the platform to the edge area of the platform. That was crazy. Let's see here. It's like my mobility really is part of the hindrance. Like I'm like having trouble turning. There we are. About time you turn, buddy. So now we just kill this Shambler. Now we strafe a little bit so we don't get hit on this way. Get the Shambler to follow me. And hope all those shots weren't enough to like waste the Shambler. No, we just want to like line it up so that way we're ready. After the Shambler dies, we gotta turn around to kill this ogre. There we are. Okay, that actually worked out rather well. Surprising because I had like my back turned to an ogre, which is probably not the most strategic way to do it. But I really wanted to just kill those two Shamblers without interference. Anyway, same idea this side. Come on, game. Work with me. Okay, strafe. Owie. Pain! Lots of pain! Only had gotten to melee range, we wouldn't have to even worry about the Shambler. But now we need to rush down and hopefully kill a Shambler with 11 shotgun shells. Probably gonna have to melee him. Hit him. Darts! Fell into the lava, but I did do basically what I was trying to do. If I had been able to just not fall in the lava there, I think that would have worked out well. Alright, snakes. Let's see, let's charge this way. Get the Shambler to hit the ogre. Pro tip, get Shamblers to hit ogres. There we are. Let's actually hit the ogre first of all. Bad ogre! Yes, it's the thing. It's like their hitboxes are like slightly bigger than what they are. So it's like very easy to hit the wrong target. It's like, it's easy to hit a target. The hard part's hitting the right target. It's like turning is the whole part of the problem too. It's not my sensitivity. My sensitivity, honestly, if I slowed it down, would be even worse because I couldn't turn at all. Really, it's like a weird inertia feeling. It's like the start and go feeling this whole thing. So, dodge this way. Ah, missed the platform. Let's see, let's try this again. One of these times we gotta get somewhere right. Totally. Persistence. Persistence is key. Okay, back onto the platform. We're still... Am I speaking? You have to speak of something now? Obviously. Must do this, we must. Do this or we must. Record timing. Yes. Okay, Shambler. Follow Mr. Ogre. Straight left and right. Straight left and right. Hit him. And there we are. First part at least done. Oh god! Ah, but then I couldn't get around them in time. Of course I couldn't. Just need to turn. How can I not make right angle turns? I need a protractor, people. Has anyone found the protractor? I could use one. It will help with geometry. Wait, that could be used on the dark geometry. Let's see here. We have a Shambler. We have this. We have a map that says hello. You have nothing nice to say. Just say hello. Okay, that worked perfectly. Just do that 3 more times. Yeah. This is probably not gonna work out. Come on, hit him. I couldn't, like, get next to the ogre. Because I want to be next to him, otherwise he's going to turn on me with his grenade launcher and make it absolutely crazy trying to get to him. So that's the really hard part of this whole thing. It's just lining up everything to be on level where you want to be. You're slightly off, the entire thing falls into whack. You like coordinate all these tasks at once. Something tells me the level wasn't made to be played this way. Probably not get 100% completion or something. Yeah, something tells me the Shamblers weren't made to be actually fought and killed or something. Of course I would fall. Let's see here, let's do this again. Because perseverance and doing the same thing over and over is totally the only way to do this. Is it insanity doing the same thing over and over? Is this proof of my insanity? Probably. But perseverance. That's all we can do. We just keep trying and hoping something eventually occurs. I said that's basically the whole hope of today and what we're exactly trying to do. Okay, now we can strafe on this platform. And come here and hit him. Simple enough. Nothing weird or unusual should be happening. Okay, one more Shambler to go. I would just stay left and right again. Causing to get hit. Snitches get stitches. Now the hard part's going to be when that ogre turns around. There we are. Perfect! Okay, so that worked out actually 100% perfect. Now if we could just pull that off on the other side, exactly like I just did. I mean, I didn't even lose a single point of health, so that's exactly how you want to do it right there, people. There we are. One side on this here. Follow me to victory, Shambler. Owie, owie! And the other side, of course, he provides me just on the way back. Suddenly lost my ability to strafe or something. So this is really a matter of just time it all just right. Like, suddenly lost my orientation. Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna reload that one. Okay, follow me. Shambler. Across this valley of death. Strafe, strafe, strafe. Hit. There we are. I was hoping it was slightly closer. So if I tried to get behind it right now, basically the Shambler would okay, it worked out actually perfectly. Hooray! That inch forward ended up working. Now let's see. Let's get this Shambler to hit me. It didn't really work out at all. Curses! Now we just have to hope that I have enough ammo to kill this Shambler. Let's see here, because if I don't have enough ammo, well, I guess that didn't really work out. Try this again. Perseverance. Button ogre. Yeah, my record seems to be 2, doesn't it? Let's see here, we can do this. We just need more Shamblers. And you know the thing is, with all the ammo I have, I could kill 2 anyway, so yeah, that doesn't really change much now, does it? You know, I mean 2 when I had all the ammo in the map. Not 2 when I had 45 ammo, because otherwise then I could have killed 2 and been happy. Come on, chainsaw him with me, buddy! Owie! Pain! Lots of pain! Just keep whacking him! And there we are. Okay. A breather for a second. I mean, we just managed to successfully kill an ogre and Shambler without wasting a single bullet. And that's always good. It's always what we need. Okay, now we just shoot straight in this line. Don't duck and weave. Don't do anything foolish. Just stay right here and keep backing up. There we are. Simple enough. Okay, now we just want to pull this off on the other side. And not lose really any health this time around. That's the hard part. Okay, follow this ogre to victory. There we are. Wind up. Wind up, that way we can kill something. Now we run down this side quickly. Wait, no! I like suddenly stopped right next to the ogre. I was like looking straight at him and couldn't get past him for some reason. Play game. I did 3 times before, perfectly fine. So it's a matter of all timing this just right. And that, of course, is not the easiest thing in the world. Timing anything like this is quite insane, actually. Jump! Jump for your life! There we are. I couldn't, like, line up at all. This ogre's probably about to die. But now he's dead. Okay, let's see if we have enough shells to kill the Shambler, because after all, I just kind of wasted a lot, but had to do that. Wonder if 28 shells can kill a Shambler. It'd help if I could line this up right. As said, it's hard to aim. Uh-oh. Charge! I was hoping I could get close enough, but yeah, don't ever try and get close enough to a Shambler that adds him. You're pretty much doomed in that case. Follow me to victory, Mr. Shambler. I wonder if I could telefrag a Shambler. That might help. Or a Shambler into one of the teleporters and telefrag him. It might work, right? It's the idea. I'm willing to try some ideas. Owie. Right in the face, buddy. Okay. I'm almost curious what would happen. If this doesn't work out, I'm going to basically try that one. Try and see if I can kill Shamblers by luring them into that central thing. Yeah, okay, plan B. Charge down. Wipe out the ogre. Just get rid of him. He's annoying me. He looks ugly. Okay, one side down. Okay, kill the other ogre. Same idea. Okay, just want to keep strafing. Try and avoid as much damage as possible. Okay, now for the fun part. We need to get the Shamblers into the teleporter. Basically, the hope here is that by dropping them all into the teleporter, that they'll telefrag each other, and then I can telefrag the last Shambler. That might work, or they might end up roaming around and end up basically killing me as soon as I roam in there. We can only hope for the previous more than the latter. Because the alternative is not really good. Let's see here. Follow me to victory, Shambler. Okay, we want to, like, run down here. No, Mr. Shambler, that's the wrong way to go. Can you figure out where I'm supposed to be, Mr. Shambler? Okay, at least it is both of those Shamblers, so now I can just try and lure either or onto this platform here. Well, that didn't work. The Shamblers are too stupid. They don't realize how to make a right angle turn. This is amazing. Neither of them knows how to do anything. They just kind of stand and run back and forth constantly. Let's see here. How do I pull this one off? Come on, just keep coming. There we are. One of them's here. Now we just run back quickly. And he teleported. Hooray! 1 of the 4 teleported. Now we just need to do that 3 more times. Let's see here. Let's lure a second Shambler. We need to, like, get ready to back up. About here, I'm assuming. He'll tell me if I need to back up. He's kind of useful like that. No, that didn't really work. Come on, buddy. I got one of your buddies in there. I'm hoping this works. This would be pretty useful if it does. Imagine all the ammo saved and the amount of effort I would have saved as well. Yeah, if I could save all these shells, that would be freaking awesome, because then that will help me a lot more later on in the level. Because ammo conservation is a massive issue with this level. Well, that kind of worked. It did seem like I killed him. I ended up teleporting right into it. I just gotta do that without teleporting myself. Which means being able to turn. That's the hard part. Turning. My greatest nemesis. As you see, it does seem to work. I did able to lure that Shambler in there and jib him without any issues. I mean, I'm not sure how 3 others would go, but it seems to work. So, yeah, that's basically my hope here. Lure each Shambler and hope for the best. It's better than shooting them. Like I said, shooting them leads to a lot of wasted ammo. Ammo I'd rather use elsewhere, so yeah, it would be better if I could conserve this ammo. Come on, no. Okay, Shambler's... Bloody Shambler turned around! Of course he would turn around. No, he's too stupid to even do that. Bloody guy. So that's the hard part, is getting them on this platform. Okay, whack this ogre. Just keep strafing back and time it exactly right. There we are. One down. This side. See, the melee in the ogres isn't too bad. The hardest part is when he's shooting grenades at you. You don't want a grenade to the face, after all. There we are. 2 ogres. That's the easy part. The hard part is getting the Shamblers onto this teleporter. If we can pull that off, we're in the clear. We have, basically freed ourselves from 4 Shamblers, have a bunch of ammo, and we're ready to actually continue this roadmap experience thing. Whatever you may call it. Okay, so let's run down here. Be at the ready. Because Mr. Shambler's going to run on that side. Well, that didn't help me. But at least I'm lining it up. I'm basically everything prepared. Nope, he's going to turn around and try and shoot me. Back up, back up, back up. Perfect timing. Otherwise, if I'd been any closer, he would have been able to shoot me. Come on. Come on, Shambler, chase me. Now we just run to this side. There we are. 1 Shambler down. So, that's the idea right there. Yeah, you need to, get him to try and shoot you right when he's lined up in that certain straightaway. So that way he'll charge at you. And realize how to make a right angle turn. Otherwise, he's kind of stupid. But that's beside the point. So, we charge down here. Owie! It was not really a pull it off, but at least we kind of lined up. Almost there. Okay, now all we want to do is just charge this side, and he'll kill the first one, hopefully. No! He realized! He's learning! He's learning! Now what? I'm not too sure. I wasn't sure this part of the plan. I thought he would kind of teleport. Could you run into the teleport? There we are! Thank God! Yeah, he, decided to run on the side, so thank God he ended up teleporting. That was scary. He was smart enough to run past the teleporter the first time, but luckily he got all confused and ended up running in there anyway. So, 2 Shamblers down. That was intense. Keep backing up. Get ready. I heard the Shamble eye, though. Kind of scared that he's learned how to do stuff. Maybe it's just until I go into there and jib him. We can hope. Because I just got 3 Shamblers in there. Okay, let's see here, actually. That would be 2 Shamblers. 2 Shamblers have been already jibbed. So yeah, that's already 2 of the Shamblers dead. 1 more, just like that. And if we can get this one, we are all in the clear for this area. God, trying to iron mode this definitely makes it even rougher, doesn't it? Okay, charge to the other side and hope he doesn't learn to run around or something. There we are. Brilliant. Okay, now we charge into the teleporter and kill him. Okay, one area down. Now we just need to not die in the meantime. But that's how you kill 4 Shamblers and 2 Ogres. Without really losing much health or ammo in the process. That actually worked rather well. Yeah, that's definitely the new strategy, people. Okay, so we want to be very careful here, not do anything stupid. We want to be very cautious moving on these little tiny platforms of death. Just want to inch along. Carefully maneuver this. We don't want to do anything brash or reckless. We have all the time in the world. Just breathe in and out. Okay, and then I believe that torch signifies there's a secret there. Basically, every time you see a torch in this level and it's floating somewhere, usually it means secret. Except for the first area where there's that weird floating torch. That's not a secret. But yeah, okay, you gather these and then you run to this. Here we are, first secret area. Ta-da! 1 down. And also, these areas overlook the area where the Shamblers are at, so you could kill them if you wanted to, but of course, we already kind of killed them, thankfully, which will save a lot of ammo in that final area, hopefully allowing me to not have to take as brash measures as I normally would. Basically, in the final area, you have to have, like, a bunch of fiends infighting with a bunch of Shamblers. So having anything to do to, like, try and save that a little bit is better. But that's the first secret. Now we appear in here. And basically, this is just one large ledge overlooking a bunch of resources. All you want to do is gather those resources, and then we basically play a game of dodge a bunch of fiends. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. But hopefully we can basically lure the fiends into each other, cause them to hurt each other, and we'll be able to continue forward. That's basically the plan. Makes a lot of sense. Trying not to gather the health right at this moment, because I still have more than 75 health. We want to be very cautious to make sure they aren't, like, anywhere we can't see them or whatnot. Careful. That ended up being bad, but at the same time, I managed to make it work. Okay, keep going, keep going. There's only 2 more. Only 1 more, but I only have 5 health. Quick, get to that health. And there we are. Brilliant. Okay, that is all the fiends. Now we go to this torch, and this is another secret area. Hooray! Secret areas! So far, so good. Anything in here? Peekaboo. I see you. There's nothing in here. Okay, well, at least we got a little bit more health, a little bit more resources. We're ready to continue. Okay, into the teleporter we go. We have a knight charging right at me. Simple enough. Nothing too dangerous here. At least so far. But we still have a lot of craziness coming up, so let's kind of prepare for all this. Have to mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Okay, let's see here. We have some health here. That's useful. Especially since I'm getting low on health. Let's see here. Maniac with a knife. Run from the maniac with a knife. And look, a Shambler. This is going to be fun. Basically, you're going to have to try and hit the Shambler without wasting too much ammo here. But if he can also hit you through these walls, so don't try and stay too close. Otherwise, he'll hit you. And that'd be bad. Oh, wait. Okay, that didn't really work too well. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to gun him down. This one is worth gunning down. Plus, I think there's a nail gun, something up ahead. Now I have a bit of MOS, if you will. Alright. Well, the good news is we killed him. The bad news is we kind of lost a bunch of health in the process because I tried playing a game of whack-a-mole. And really lost the game of whack-a-mole. But at least he's dead. Okay, so 13 enemies down. Still Still so many more to go. I can't see where I'm going. Just straight left or right. Nothing to do but try and kill these two Shamblers right here. Trying to conserve as much as I can. At the same time, it's rather hard to aim at these two. There he's right in front of my face. Alright, 2 Shamblers down. Into this room we go. Is there something hidden behind here? No, just a nail gun. That's good. Okay, that's the good news. The bad news is that we have another secret area to go, and I think this one has an enemy or something in it. No, there's nothing here. Okay. But this is another little room. Nothing really in here. Peekaboo. I see nothing in here. This is another secret room. And then we have the pentagram here. You want to dive right to this pentagram. Rush in here. And then you want to rush right into this teleporter here to get back. Okay, quick in here. And then in here, I think. There we are. Next room. This room, you just want to head over here. I think something got messed up somewhere. Work with the knight. Kill the ogre. Yeah, there's some bad news, people. I think one of the secrets didn't trigger right. Yeah, basically the area with the lava didn't, like, trigger for some reason. Basically, when I was over there, it was supposed to trigger. It didn't, for whatever reason. And it's almost nigh impossible to, like, trigger it now. So what I'm going to do is no-clip it quickly, God mode it. I know it's kind of cheating, but at the same time, we were supposed to get the trigger, and for some reason we didn't. Basically, when we launched ourselves onto this platform, basically we dropped right off it. There we are. See? That's all it was. So basically, we basically got the secret technically, so I'm calling that a secret. Plus, I don't want to have to redo the entire freaking thing when it's already 10 minutes into this session, and it's also, you know, been how knows how long since we had to deal with all these things to begin with. So you see, there's the 6 secrets. That's basically how all that plays out. And we have all of the guns, all the different stuff. We just need to survive until the end. That's the hard part. Okay, we got a bunch of ammo here, but this is all the ammo of the level, so use it wisely. Okay, we got a zombie conga line. We basically want to get all these zombies meshed together as much as possible. So that way they will be killed as much as possible. Logical enough. Shoot all the things together till they die. Trying to get them meshed together a bit more. Looks like it's kind of working. They're kind of all going together in a similar fashion. And that's good because that means I can blow them all up without wasting as many rockets. Yep, just keep hitting each other like that. Backing up slightly so they don't hit me. Only a few more. They're almost there. Okay, there's that. Let's line up. Oops, I didn't mean to shoot them. But that should be everybody. And that's most of the enemies in this level, as you see. It's all these zombies right here. So, that's that. I think they're all dead. It's the good news, at least. Let's see here. Can get this nails, I guess. Can also get the rockets. Rockets are definitely... There we are, but we have a bunch of nails so we can conserve for the time being. Okay, so we have 100 shells, 151 nails, a bunch of rockets, some cells. Still have plenty of resources. We just need to use them logically. Because next we have a brutal area. And this is kind of why I didn't want to redo everything right there. Because basically this point you have to like deal with a bunch of ogres on balconies. And they're spamming raining death at you, of course. So, yeah, needless to say, this is going to be rather fun. But there are some fiends down there. We don't want them to get alert to me or anything. Trying to be cautious because, as you see, they like just shoot as soon as they see you. Strafe left, strafe right. One ogre down. Another one dead. Okay, we're up to nearly 50. And I'm wasting everything that's not... rockets are the best thing because, of course, the immunity for Shamblers. So we want to, like, waste rockets and conserve everything else if we can. So we can use it all on Shamblers. Oops, that didn't really work out. I was kind of worried about that feed, so I, like, ducked more than I needed to. Okay, that fiend is now alert again to them. 52. Okay, here comes the fiend. And there we are, fiend down. Okay, 54. And now we should actually have a little bit of a breather when we come in here. They shouldn't be able to hit me from this little location. Of course, if you move too far forward, they can. You also want to kind of move forward so they'll cluster together more like that. The more stationary they are, the better. There we are, one more bridge down. Okay, so that's 2 bridges down of ogres. Still going. Hit right in the middle of the 3. Back up. Okay, we're almost there with these 2. Left to right. That way we killed this one. Okay, I wish some of these would drop at least, but sadly we don't seem to be getting that. So now we need to just wipe out these guys. Okay, right in the middle of them. What do I want to waste? I guess shells would be a good. Just kind of want to strafe left to right. See, this seems to not be working out rather well. Just trying to save a bit more nails for a little bit ahead. Since nails are the last resource and last line of defense we really have from running out of ammo entirely. As you see, we'll punch on these ogres down. Careful. Okay, one more. Right, don't want to get hit by him. Follow the ogres. Okay, 69 out of 75. We're almost there. Now, if we could just pull off these last few without dying in the process. Oh, I see our rockets. Definitely gotta get those rockets at some point. Can't see where the fiend is. Okay, there we are. He's dead. Okay, but I want to get those rockets. I see there was rockets on the ground. I want to pick them up. Where were they? There we are. Two rockets. Wait, no, this isn't where the rockets were. But I saw there was a backpack somewhere. So I'm running around in little circles in the hopes I can pick up that backpack. Where was it? There was a backpack. I saw it. Didn't I? Didn't I see a backpack? Oh, at the least it's killing the fiend, I guess. Okay, we're doing good against this fiend. Okay, but I would love to get a backpack. That would help a lot. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. And I could honestly waste a bunch of ammo here not doing anything. Okay, well, I guess I have to use some nails on this fiend. There we are. Well, we only have 3 enemies to go, don't we? 72 out of 75. So we just need to kill 3 enemies. And we have plenty of nails and plenty of everything. We just need to not be reckless. As you see, the last 3 enemies are these Shamblers. So we want to be very choosy. Okay, 1 down. Let's go get some more of those nails. We still have 2 more nails, and we still have all the Thunderbolt ammo. We probably can actually pull this off. You know, we only have 2 enemies to go, so I think we can actually do this, people. Okay, that would actually be rather good, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is rather intense, to say the least. It's making me nervous, but we're almost there. Just need to be very careful now. As said, I don't know if you can fully call it 100% because, after all, we did kind of have to cheese it a little bit to get that one secret that we otherwise would have missed. There was no way to go back, so once we went through there was no way to go back and fix that issue, and at the same time, we did go over there and get the Thunderbolt. We did get the secret, technically, so it was more, it just decided not to, like, pick up the secret because we didn't go back on the platform. Basically, if you don't walk on said platform, you don't end up picking up the secret. It's kind of, you know, yeah, cheesy because it's, you know, the way it's lined up and all that. So yeah, that's definitely one thing to remember is to, when you get teleported into that area, to make sure that you picked up the secret there. Because yeah, otherwise you end up with this unfair nigh completion, but not fully completed. But I fixed the issue. I knew what the issue was, and at the same time, I did show off how to get there anyway. Like I said, there wasn't anything we really missed, per se, as much as we just didn't get the secret. And that would have taken 2 seconds more. Okay, 2 Shamblers down, 1 Shambler to go. 1 in our opposition to victory. So you see, really, the big difference is getting those 4 Shamblers to teleport. There we are. Victory. So you see, that really was it. Yeah, as long as you get those Shamblers at the very beginning to teleport and telefrag each other, it seems like you have a relatively fair time with the rest of it. Normally I'd have to, like, lure the fiends over there to come over here and then, like, infight with the Shamblers. And that can kind of be a mess in itself, and something you really don't want to have happen, because it's the last thing to really do in this level. And honestly, failing at the beginning of the map is a lot less stakes worthy than something right at the end of the map. So, having some strategy there and conserving, so that way I was prepared for this point, makes it so much more worth it. Anyway, into this teleporter we go, and there we are. Fully completed this mission. Except for, like I said, that one teleporter that was rather unfair. But at the same time, I did show off how to get to it. And therefore, it's pretty much legit. You know, like I said, really all we missed was stepping onto a platform after we teleported onto said platform. Which really stinks. As said, it really bites how this whole secret system works. Whereby, if you don't walk in the right area at the right point, you end up losing it. I do believe there's actually some of the secrets, the big bots rooms are actually like that too, whereby if you don't walk in the exact right area, you don't get the secret, even if you go into the big bots room. Yeah, it's kind of very, very clunky, the secret system here, and it's probably the worst part of this map. The best part of it is the fact that it's an absolute challenge of a map, which is exactly kind of what the whole appeal of it is. It doesn't look that pretty. It's an absolute disaster to get through when it comes to, like, the amount of space. It's like, really pushing the engine to its limits in space, and already has, like, errors just in the vanilla game because of all the zombies. So it's definitely not the best of maps when it comes to a lot of different mechanics. But when it comes to the pure challenge aspect, it definitely offers something you don't really see in your normal Quake level. And therefore something that is kind of appealing after so many levels that don't really have such things. So, yeah, it's different. It, like I said, is freaking brutal, but at the same time, at least has that appeal of having a challenge. And honestly, I rather maps with challenge. It feels like we've been going through too many maps that are rather mindless in playability. They'll give you 100 healths everywhere, they'll give you all the guns right off the bat, and there's really nothing to do but easily kill everything. Just point and shoot. And even DOS spots-based thing, we won't even, like, die once. So having a level like this, whereby it becomes an absolute struggle to get through, is rather rewarding and rather nice to actually have. You definitely have to earn the victory here, and as you see, we ended up doing such, which is always awesome. As you see, really the hardest area is that first area, and I think I have a much better strategy. As you kind of saw at the end, I kind of figured out. Lure the Shamblers into the teleporter. They really don't roam around in that next area, so it looks like, yeah, you could lure all 4 of them in there, and then basically end up getting 70 shells. 70 shells, which can be used heavily in ammo conservation later on. That really changes a lot of the balance as you go along. Otherwise, you end up running out of ammo against the other Shamblers. You end up with a lot of different issues. As you see, I really didn't even need to, like, try and conserve ammo on that one in the thin corridor or anywhere. Yeah, after that beginning area, it was pretty straightforward, which definitely was awesome. I mean, I guess another way you could have tried pulling it off, if that hadn't worked, was to take the pentagram and then, like, try and rush towards, like, where that other Shambler was. Or use the pentagram to kill the 2 Shamblers in the preceding room. I believe I have tried doing that one before. But yeah, really we didn't need to pull any of that off. I didn't really need to do any more gimmicks than really just try and get that beginning room cleared out. Really, like I said, the beginning room and trying to get 100% completion is really what messes up the balance. That, and of course, you need to really get the fiends to kill each other. But if you can do both of those things, yeah, you're pretty much, really ready to deal with the rest of the level. Outside the fact that it's freaking brutal when it comes to health. Those ogres on the balconies can easily beam you. As you see, it's very, very lethal. And if you're not careful, the fiends and the total darkness are an absolute nightmare as well. And the rest of the level is just a bunch of onslaught of Shamblers, so that really doesn't help you either. But at the same time, you do get quite the experience. You get lots of different things to fight. And as you see, it really is just a matter of strategizing out your locales, all that. As said, still really kind of smitten, I guess you could say, about that one secret. But of course, I can always fix that up when I'm doing the walkthrough, which I'm going to have to do. So I will be recording that and getting 100% completion that way, which is an IM mode in and of itself. So yeah, I've done it already when it comes to the Aftershock. I've done it already with different ways. So you can't really say anything about it too much, even with the way I kind of had to get that. So Needless to say, it was at least one way to cut down the annoyance factor of having to redo the entire level. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. It's been an adventure. I guess I shall see you all, well, next time.